Welcome back to the second part of how I bred Hyphessobrycon procyon. As you can see, that's the tank there. You'll see that later on. But going back to the first video, part 1, where I thought I had cracked it first time, I hadn't. But in this channel, I like to show you the good, the bad and the ugly of everything. Not just the good parts, and make it look like it's all easy, plain sailing. So if that's something that's interesting, it's coming up. So let's have a little recap of part 1. As you can remember, I put 4 adults into this tank and left them overnight. Kept them in the dark, put the lights on, and I thought I had cracked it first time. I had eggs, some hanging on there and some in the bottom, which is a great sign going forward. But I think I might have literally counted my eggs before they hatched. So that's the recap of the story so far. So after the hatch, straight away I removed the fish and put them back into the tanks. And I removed the mesh, the eyelash wool on, and also the sponge filter, and replaced that with an air stone just to circulate the air over the heater to keep it evenly spaced across the tank. And as you can see, the tank's in darkness. It's day 3 after the hatch. First day I thought I seen something moving. I'll put a video in now and just tell you about it. And then after that I haven't really seen nothing. So I need to add an insurance to make sure I get a hatch. I've separated the males and the females into putting the males back in with the cardinals and keeping the females separate so I can fatten them up by the cells, because I think that might have been one of the problems, was they weren't quite ready. Although you've seen a lot of eggs on the bottom, none were fertile, so I'm going to separate them, give them that time away from each other, and we're not wasting eggs. Even now, I keep on thinking I'm seeing something, but that might be just debris on the bottom because they're that small. So I think that's probably the wisest thing I can do at the minute, is set up another tank as insurance. Fingers crossed, either one of them. We'll keep an eye on this one, you never know, maybe just my eyesight's not seeing it. And I've also decided to take Albie's advice, paint 3 sides of the tank, because he pointed out something in that video that I didn't notice. The fish seemed more stressed in going side to side, backwards and forwards, than they were actually interaction with each other. So that's why I'm going to go down the road. I don't want to, I was told, paint 3 sides. It's easy enough to do, and we'll do that now. So it was off to Wicks as I went, and I was after some blue paint because I wanted to give blue a try. I settled on teal, but as you can tell later on, the light frequency plays with your eyes on it. Tell us what you think. So once I switch the light on, you can see it looks more like a swimming pool blue than a teal. But I do quite like that, because it means all the different tanks are going to look slightly different depending on the light I put on. So the backup tank is ready to go. All I need now is to fatten up the fish for a few days before I try for the second time. So it was at this stage it became very clear that the first attempt hadn't worked, and what I had thought was fry possibly could have been, but they hadn't survived. So I quickly cleaned the tank, painted it, set it up so I could run attempts 2 and 3 together. I've selected a male for both tanks, and I've put 3 females in one and 2 in the other. Now the only reason I put 3 in one and 2 in the other is because I had 5 females and I didn't want one to be left alone through the night. And it was silly just leaving one in the tank by itself, so I might as well use it. So that's it. Repeat the process. put the blackout curtain down and we'll set the camera away nice and early in the morning, see what we can catch. Fingers crossed this time. So the plan was exactly the same as last time. Get up nice and early in the middle of the night so it's nice and dark, put the lights on and see if we can catch some action. As you can see, tank 2 on the left took a little bit longer than tank 3 on the right to wake up. But we'll fast forward it and just let them wake up a bit and drop back in a few seconds time to see if there is any action. Don't worry, I did watch this fully to see if there was, and I didn't see anything in this section. So now I've slowed it back down to real time just to show you. There is a little bit intermingling, but not as much as I was hoping for, to be quite honest. So I think the best thing to do is just to have a look underneath the mesh now and see if we've got anything. If we have, great. If we haven't. So this is tank 2. I'm not too sure if that's an egg or just a grain of sand out of focus. And same in tank 3. Seems a lot more on the bottom, but that could be just detritus when I transferred the fish in. We'll not know. So I think at this stage it's best that I just dim the lights and let them have another couple of hours in the tanks before I remove them and leave it for the recommended time and then check for fry. Fingers crossed. So that's both tanks stripped backed, fish removed, meshing removed, filter removed, air stone added just to keep the circulation going over the heaters. Hopefully we'll see something in 24 hours. Fingers crossed. Goes 2 and 3 were robust, so I quickly set up 2 new tanks and started on 4 and 5. And for this one I decided on 1 male and 3 females per tank, hopefully giving us the best yield per tank. I also decided to leave the fish in for 48 hours instead of 24 hours to give them the best chance just to settle to see what happened. And tank 4 didn't work, but as you can see, tank 5, after I removed the mesh and the filter and put an air stone in, and after 24 hours after removing the fish, I could definitely see little wrigglers on the bottom of this tank. At the moment I'm keeping the tanks in total darkness and only using a torch now and again just to inspect to make sure I've still got some that survived. And if you look very carefully in the bottom left hand corner at this part here, you'll see one actually go right across the camera lens. Can I tell you how much of a relief it was just to get that first Tetra under my belt? When you're trying something new, when you've seen it on like YouTube and things like that, and then I'll be taught as that way with the mesh bent up and things like that. Keeping it simple, and it's worked. And I was messing around too much. Yes, mess around if the fish gets hard, then try different things, but just start off simple. And that's what I have done with the procyon, and it's worked, and I'm over the moon. Got that first one, like I say, under the belt, so it's onwards and upwards. And if you just look in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see some little ones dancing around. This is approximately, I would say, between 48 hours to 36 hours after first putting the fish into the tank. This next shot is 10 days after I removed the adults from the tank. As you can see by this shot, I've got quite a few Hyphessobrycon procyon free swimming now, and I'm over the moon. Over the next week, what I will be doing is trying to get them onto baby brain trim and off the paramecium, and that way I can remove the tiny bits of banana peel that I've introduced in the tank by accident. Happy accident, but an accident, from the bottom of the tank, and give it a good clean. So this is the fry now, hunting tiny bits of baby brain shrimp I've introduced. I'm still continuing with the paramecium for now until I can see little pink bellies. Then I'll know for definite that it's time to keep them on just baby brain shrimp. This next shot actually shows you one of my little fry feasting on a baby brain shrimp. And the fry themselves are free swimming quite regularly now and not hiding so much. The fry are fully on baby brain shrimp now, so it's time that I clean up the tank and removed all this detritus off the bottom. Hopefully I don't take out too many fry with the detritus. So that's it, tank's cleaned, and I'm counting around about 20 so far. So that'll be it for this one. The next video, part 3, will take you from this size up to juvenile, probably sexable size. So you'll be able to tell whether they're going to be males or females. So if you want to see that one, why not hit the notification bell, hit subscribe, and if you did like this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button and drop a comment. Until next time, ta-ra. So if you happen just to stumble upon this video and you want to see the first one, here's the link to that video where it all began. Check it out if you haven't already seen it.